All right, so we are on a roll with the coffee runs this week because I've been going on so many, and this is Des, who I haven't seen in forever. How you doing, man?
What's going on, man? Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man, it's been how long? Like, feels like a year since I was actually, we last hung out when I was here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I remember that.
Been a while.
Damn. Yeah, but yeah, it's cool, and your house definitely has some cool stuff like mine. Well, yours has like way better, like I need to work on the action figures, like those, like the badass Batman memorabilia and all that. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, man. I'll try. I usually take I go through these spells where I usually just what you can pull up there and then
make a circle around or whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't try to back up on a 4-lane street. I want to get through this coffee run alive so we can do plenty more here in the future.
Yeah, because everybody's free to return. I mean, that's the goal, of course. This is actually too, like I forgot to tell you, you're probably the last for the summer coffee runs. Actually, you're the last guest because I mean,
best for last.
Yeah, and it's awesome because I mean,
no offense, guys.
Because I've done like about 4 and like one. This is the most I've done. I've done 4 in 1 week, and my voice is hoarse from this past weekend because I actually sang karaoke for once horribly.
Nice.
But
well, I'm sure everybody was half plastered, so it wasn't really.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I like everybody did it. Like even the people that were shy, and I mean there were some people that were really good too. Like there was some other girl that sang really well. So, but it's pretty cool when you go to Boondocks, like on like all those little bars off of Westheimer and stuff like that. It's really cool. Like everybody has a good time, and you know, as long as you drink responsibly or like have a designated driver, you're good. So don't drink and drive. But yeah,
it's a first PSA for the day.
Right.
No drinking and driving.
We're gonna drink and drive, but it's only gonna be coffee at least. So
yeah, when we say shot, we mean like espresso, not bourbon.
Give me a double shot of espresso.
Yeah, you know we're playing hardball then.
Mm-hmm. Right, you know you're playing. That's funny though. But yeah, so what have you been up to lately? Like, I mean, work. And
yeah, man. I've been at my job. I'm at the working for the Marriott Hotel out at Bush Intercontinental, running the kitchen for him.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I've been out there for about a little over a year, I'd say. It's definitely been a fun experience. It's pretty cool, and you know, I mean, it's always cool to be with people that challenge you to be better, whether it's at, you know, music or, you know, sports or anything that you're really into. You know, always like being surrounded by people that challenge me to make me better. Yeah. That's how I feel like you grow.
And also encourage you too.
Yeah, you know, and they do a really, really good job out there. So I definitely love working out there. That's pretty cool, man. I've been working on that. What else? What else have I been up to recently?
Well, how long have you been a chef? Because I know you've been a chef for quite some time.
I've been cooking now for about, I guess, you know, about 5 years, including school. I started back in 2010 at a country club up on Beltway and Wilson Road, where actually the Shell Houston Open's held. So I was out there for a couple of months. Then I started doing more restaurant work. I did that for a couple of years. Open restaurants with Cheddar's and Carino's. I was at Carino's, and that's where I think I learned the most from, including where I'm at now. I learned kind of both sides of the business at Carino's as opposed to just like, you know, working in a kitchen or things like that.
Yeah.
You know, I think I learned the most from doing that every day and really being there 40 to 50 hours a week and, you know, really getting hands-on with like both aspects, you know, like the business side as well and making money and things like that. And then, yeah, you know, about, I guess, March of 2013, I guess, is when I kind of was like, you know what, I'm going to branch out and try to, you know, take like that one leap to try to do something big and memorable. And I mean, it paid off, you know, so it's, you know, definitely one of my biggest things that I've been happy about. So,
well, I mean, I'm definitely proud of you. You've gone a long way so far, and that's good. I mean, everybody, I could tell, like, I mean, we're all getting older.
Yeah.
And so we're definitely, we got to have something to show for it, and so far it's starting to show for a lot of people that I know, and I mean, you as well, and me too. I mean, we're all doing our thing, and I don't know who this number is. Let me, hold on. Hello? Hello? Yes. Oh crap, like, damn it, I didn't want to do that. I hung up on her on accident.
Accident.
Well. Anyway.
No money, accident.
Yeah, well, they can, well, this is a coffee run, so they're disturbing you right now. I'll just put my phone on vibrate. Yeah, but anyway.
Set to stun.
But yeah, they'll call back or they can leave a voicemail. But anyway, yeah, that's cool though. Like I said, I mean, so you've been doing that, and then you've been recently getting into you're becoming like a guitar connoisseur or something in a way, like a collector.
Yeah, you know, I started out, yeah, I've been playing guitar for a few years. My whole family's been actually pretty musically inclined.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody in my family.
Which people should. This is about music, of course,
Yeah.
the whole coffee runs. So.
Yeah, so, you know, it's cool we get to talk about it, something I'm really passionate about. And, you know, when I was younger, you know, when I was like a little kid, my mom always wanted me to play piano.
Mm-hmm.
And
I want to learn that, but it's a challenge.
it's hard, and I never really liked piano, so Mom, if you're watching this, sorry. I never really liked piano in the first place, and I hated taking lessons. So thank you for almost scarring me musically for life. But naturally, I overcame that
At
emotion.
least it kind of taught you, I guess, some stuff, like, you know, the notes and all that.
Yeah, you know, and
staff lines.
yeah, and so yeah, I just wanted to pick up guitar. You know, a lot of family members played it. A lot of people I was close to were playing it, and it seemed like an instrument that, you know, you could really. It was pretty quick to get up and start,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could be as good as you wanted to be in it.
Yeah.
You know, you could take, you know, stuff that was on guitar. You could take it and kind of take what everybody knows about it, and then kind of. Sorry, that was me. I'm not set to stun either.
That's cool.
You know, you can take it and then you can kind of present it back in a way that you never really heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can mold it into your own thing, and that's what's cool about it.
Yeah, you know, exactly. And I think Jimi Hendrix said it the best when he said that guitar is one of the easiest instruments to learn,
Mm-hmm.
yet one of the most difficult to master.
Yeah.
You know, you can see anybody. I mean, I can teach someone how to play guitar in like 20 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
but to actually sit there and
know the ins and outs
get good at it, and yeah, you know, really see what's going on. It's, I mean, again, it's nothing that's going to happen overnight, but I'm the type of learner that has to be able to show progress
Mm-hmm.
kind of quickly, or I get out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that always happened with me and piano.
Yes, I will take a grande caramel frap.
Great choice.
Yeah, and what are you gonna have, Des?
What is that red drink there? Like the passion fruit tea?
I think. Let me.
Is that what it's called?
Which one over there? Or?
Yeah, ask about the passion fruit.
How's your passion fruit tea?
Yeah, let me get like a large one of those unsweet tea. Great upsell.
All right. Well, I'll get a venti. What was it? Passion fruit tea. Yeah, a venti.
Sweet.
Sweet, please.
Sorry.
That's cool.
Spoiled your...
And that's it. Yes.
Without.
Without. And you got the grande caramel frap, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, and that was it. All right, cool. Thank you.
Man, buy a drink, get one for $1. Now we're
Right.
talking.
See, I need to get that because Mike's brother Anthony has that gold card thing for Starbucks. I need to get that because I've been going here all. Like, they should know me by now.
Yeah.
I'm always here.
I always find it funny whenever people, you know, have that card and they walk up to like wherever and they're like, oh yeah, it's like the $75 drink, and you know, Starbucks gets angry at them, and me, it's like, I mean, it's, you know, you have to buy so much before you get that one. I mean, it's,
isn't it like you have to buy 30 drinks or whatever, and then
something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, I'm a spokesperson for Starbucks because I've been going here for like every coffee run. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, because I got the idea from the coffee runs, like for this whole thing. I got it from Deadmau5, of course, because he goes on, you know, coffee runs with actual celebrities. So. Okay. And we're pretty much celebrities for the real world. So.
Yeah, we might as well be. I mean, we're close enough. Yeah. Anybody that knows me,
right?
Celebrity in my own mind.
You should kind of know about us by now. But anyway, no, but yeah, it's yeah, he goes on like random. He went on a coffee run with Vanilla Ice. That was hilarious.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and then and he's actually really smart, Vanilla Ice. I had no idea. He like went off about the whole history of Florida to him and everything. Yeah. He's really smart. Like, he knows his stuff. But yeah, he just goes on different coffee runs like that, and I just want to do it because up there, their Starbucks, they have a coffee shop called Tim Hortons. That's really good up there. It looks good because he gets, their large compared to ours are like he gets a large, like that thing called a large double doubles, 2 shots of sugar and then caffeine, and it's like this tall. It's freaking huge, and it looks good.
It's like diabetes in a bottle.
Right? But and he gets one like every freaking morning or something.
Yeah.
He loves it. But yeah, that's how I got the idea for this, and I figured, well, you know, there's so many friends I have that I need to catch up with from high school, so. And our high school reunion's coming up in 4 years, so we might as well catch up now before we get,
right?
Before we all get more old and pregnant and fat and stuff. So
all the above, all together.
Yeah, because I know everybody, like half the people I know now that are my friends are either, you know, like, you know, they have a family or something, or they're in the military or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's all good. I'm gonna hide that for you, that way they don't see it off the camera.
There you go.
Hey, you have the same credit union as me.
Sweet. Yeah, it's a good bank over there.
Mm-hmm. I like them. That's how I got I got my own credit card from them, and then I maxed it out.
Yeah.
All right. My friend works here, but I don't know if she's here. Thank you.
So, good time. Yeah. So music again.
Yeah, back to music. So about the guitar. Yeah, because I know. I mean, well, most people know I played alto sax. I started playing alto sax in the 6th grade, and I always had like a little like I like the little jazz side of it.
Yeah.
And then I got out of it after and during my sophomore year, and so let's see, it was 6, 7, 8, 9, and then around 10th grade I kind of stopped. But I played saxophone for a good 7 years, and I would, you know, write my own sheet music when I would like be in the mood. I mean, I really love playing it a lot. I want to get a new one because my mom wanted to sell. I was like, yeah, you could sell it because I want to try and save it for a new one because that one was really old. It was like a Selmer version, like 2nd edition or something like that. I don't know. It was really old, but I want to try getting a new one. And so I did that, of course. And then I bought a harmonica like last year, and I never even I played it. I really wanted to learn it a lot because I'm a big fan of like Steve Tyler, like how he plays the harmonica in Aerosmith. I love that. Yeah. Like I love that bluesy type stuff. So, but I need to get on that whenever I get a chance. But of course now everybody knows. Well, for the past 2.5 years to 3 years now, I've been just mixing music and learning that whole aspect of it. And I mean, the kids call it EDM, electronic dancing, but it's really just, I still call it techno. That's what it should be called still. Yeah. But I mean, there's so many genres now, which is, I mean, in a way I like it because it's really cool how if you play the guitar, if somebody plays drums, if somebody plays harmonica, violin, cello, anything like that, you could still incorporate that into electronic music but still have it sound good. Like, to where it's, I mean, because there's always been that debate where, like, I know Arcade Fire said something about, they're at a festival earlier this year on Twitter or whatever, they're all like, oh yeah, they say big props to those who are still playing instruments live on stage, and that pissed off Deadmau5 because he mixes and stuff. And really, regardless whether or not you play an instrument or you're using a computer, you have to have a musical background with it, with whatever you're doing, because if you're composing music on a program, it's like the same as writing staff music.
I mean, it pretty much is. And
and most people who actually do write music, I want to say this now, it's most people who do write music electronically, whether it's on a program like Pro Tools or FL Studio, they have a musical background. They have classical training or some form of type of musical expertise in that. So but I mean, that's, like I said, I still like playing live instruments too. I just need to learn some more. Like I only know a little bit of piano and alto sax I know, and I want to learn drums, but and of course guitar too. Guitar would be cool, and bass is also always fun.
Yeah, one of the things that I've kind of picked up, and I kind of feel like, I guess, semi-confident with abilities and music, and which those thank yous.
That looks good.
Once I started playing,
we'll just drive around for a bit, by the way. Like, I usually drive on 90 for the guests.
All right. Usually on, once you learn guitar and stuff like that, it's not that I got bored with it. I was just like, let's see what else, I can do. And, a few years ago, my brother wanted to pick up drums, and he still kind of plays them, but then I kind of, took him over as well. I wanted to play and learn just, because. And, so I learned that, and then my dad plays bass, so he kind of showed me some things. And, once you kind of learn guitar and the ins and outs of it, you can pretty much pick up any guitar, which that's another thing that's cool. Like, I know a lot of things about just regular guitar, and so you can kind of take that and know like the notes and the composition and things like that, and really like play bass with it.
That's
and stuff. So I've been kind of working on that too.
And how much do guitar and bass differ? Like, is it a big difference? Or?
Well, it's, I kind of look at it like this. You know, in music, there's, you know.
I think he's letting me in anyway. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure he wasn't gonna let you in, but.
Yeah, I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna go.
So he's like, this is the part where we don't get hit by the truck.
Right. And there was funny because there was one coffee run where like there was a cop right next to me, and then there was one where we were tailgating a cop. I was like, yeah, how do you like it, copper?
Nice. But you know, the main differences between guitar and bass is like, you know, like you can play like with guitar, and I'm not sure how, you know, brass things work because I never tried to play them, but like you have 3 notes that make your chord, right? In in guitar, you're constantly playing like those 3 notes to make your chord, whereas in bass you're really just playing the notes, if that makes sense, you know. So instead of, you know, having like this, you know, hand formation for this chord, you're really only playing this one note, and you know, you're really just kind of following with the song and really kind of just filling in like the blank spaces and like the awkward silences of the song. You're kind of there just to kind of keep it going in rhythm.
Yeah, that's true. Because the guitar is more like the forefront of the whole band, and then the bass is like
reason why I wanted to play.
and bass is like the driving spirit, and then the drums is like the backbone to me.
Yeah.
And then they all have their parts, and that's what's cool about a band.
Yeah, and you know, that's one of the coolest things about, you know, learning to play and really getting into it. And you know, one of the coolest things about me and my family is that at our church we all play in the band together. And to me, that's just one of those, like, I mean, it's as corny as some people that's watching this think this is. You really don't get how cool it is until you actually do it.
Yeah, it's a good experience.
Yeah, and, you know, you have.
Make sure the mic's still on. Yeah, it's still on. All right, cool, we're good.
All right. So, you know, we have these things where it's like, you know, my dad plays the bass, I play the lead, my brother drums, my mom plays piano.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
She used to teach me that because I really love piano. Like, I need to learn how to play piano.
Yeah, and, you know, it's cool because, you know, it's one of those things where our work schedules are so different. You know, at the hotel, I close every night. You know, I close the kitchen down every night, so I'm there usually like 2 or 3 in the afternoon until we close. And my brother is still over here at Chick-fil-A, and which is great. You know, cool company.
Yeah, I love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I
have the little. Do they still
the cow?
Yeah, do they still give you free stuff if you have the cow on your windshield or what?
I don't know. I'll have to ask my brother.
Yeah, because somebody told me that's why me and my brother, and Mike's like, I want that cow.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know, I need one too. So we both got cows. We had a cow.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you know, I really don't get to see my family a lot.
So that's the one time you all come together.
Yeah. So it's really, really cool. To especially play with them because, you know, we're all, I mean, not to sound conceited, but we're all pretty good at the instruments we play.
Well, trust me. So, I just, for proof, I'm actually proof of that because I just heard him play earlier, right before the coffee run. So it's real.
Yeah, I'm not a fake person, y'all. I'm actually pretty decent. I think so, anyways. Yeah, you know, and so it's fun to kind of get together with your family, people you love and you care about, and make music. And you know, if you think about it, to me, that's what it's really all about.
Yeah.
You know, it's about getting together with people you love and you care about, and doing something that you're all passionate about, you all like doing.
Yeah, and I mean, music really has brought a lot of people together. It's given me friends that I never thought I'd have. I mean, music is the one reason why me and Mike actually met.
Oh, really?
We had
cool.
music literature. We took and at the time I felt so bad because I didn't even know who, because I remembered him from high school, but I forgot his name because he sat next to me. I was like, hey, what's up? I didn't even know you were in class. I was like, you were in this class. I was like, hey. I was like, I remember you, but I can't remember your name. So I waited for the teacher to call his name, and I was like, okay,
yeah, we have the same name, all right.
I know, that's what I was like, wow. But I mean, that music. I mean, that ever since then he became like a good concert buddy, and
yeah.
I mean, that's, you know, one thing I encourage people to do, because it'll always inspire you, and it inspires me. I'm pretty sure it does the same to you. Is going to a concert or a show or anything like that. Like,
oh yeah,
going to concerts is
absolutely
a great experience because not only does it inspire you, but it really, the crowd there is always like, they know, they go there just to hear what they love and who they love,
Yeah, one of the, I think the best show, well, I'm kind of biased, but, I think, I've been to a few concerts over, the past few years, and once I really got into music, and I went and saw the Foo Fighters out at Jazz Fest 2 years ago, and that concert alone just changed my life. I mean, it sounds dramatic, but it's, they're my favorite band. They've been my favorite band for years.
And Dave Grohl is talented.
Yeah, and Dave Grohl is a really...
Played with Nirvana.
He's a really big musical inspiration for me, and just a life inspiration. I mean, to have something where, knocking out the conspiracy theories and all that mess. I mean, you have your best friend commit suicide, and then a year later, you're launching your own band again and really doing what you're passionate about. It takes a lot to do that. And so, to go out there and do that, and I went and saw him at Jazz Fest, and that concert alone was like, wow. I mean, it was powerful.
Have you ever met Dave Grohl or no?
I have not. Definitely want to.
Him and deadmau5 are good friends too. They did that remix of Rope together.
Which is really cool. And he's definitely somebody I want to meet in the future. Not like stalk meet, so like nothing weird like that, but that, and back in February of this year, I went and saw Queens of the Stone Age at Bayou Music Center. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
the same place we saw Foster the People at, wherever that's at.
Because it used to be called the Verizon Theater, and then they changed it to Bayou Music Center.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I went and saw them there, and that concert was by far the best concert I've ever been to. I mean, and like I said, I'm a little more biased because I got there early. I was with a good friend of the family, and we were literally, man, like right there. Like there's like the little security barrier thing, and I'm like 10 feet away from the stage, and you're up there, and you just get into every song. And it was a really small venue too, so it was cool because everyone in the crowd was really into the band and the music and things like that.
And it really makes you, once you go to a show like that, it inspires you to actually want to keep playing more if you're already playing an instrument.
For sure.
Making your own music, and that's what I love. Like me, I've been to my fair share of shows too. Like in the past few years, I've been to a lot of shows. I noticed, like I've been to Aerosmith, Motley Crue, at least like once or twice. I've seen Def Leppard, Kiss, Poison, Depeche Mode last year. And then, of course, the electronic artists, like I've seen deadmau5 twice, I've seen Cascade once, seen Zed twice.
Okay.
Went to Free Press Summerfest earlier this year in May.
That was in Houston, right?
Yeah, they have it every year in Houston.
Okay.
We'll drive over. Oh shit, this guy was like in my blind spot. She was like speeding too.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be like 45 or 40 here, and she was going like 60.
So it's actually been a pretty awesome show. I mean, in the matter of the past 10 minutes, we've avoided death twice.
Yeah, thank God. So far, I've not gotten stopped by a cop. I've not gotten in an accident or anything. So
I like to keep that streak alive while I'm here.
We'll be okay. I don't see why. And that lady like sped right.
Yeah, that was weird.
That never happens. But anyway, like I said, I've been to a lot of shows. Free Press Summerfest. If anybody has like a shitload of money, I suggest you go to that if you ever have a chance. It's in May, and it's really hot, but it's really fun. There's so many people there, and they close off Allen Parkway downtown, and there's so many like artists there. That's what I like about it. It's the one festival Houston has where there's like a lot of different artists. Like this year there was Cage the Elephant, Deftones, The Naked and Famous, Zed, Above and Beyond, Lauryn Hill. I mean, there was the list just kept going on. All the Houston rappers. I mean, there was like a whole bunch of. There was so many artists, and it was a really cool experience, and like I was thankful I got to go. So and everybody put on great shows, and they loved Houston. They really. Yeah. That's what I loved, is like the artists that performed there they really like playing Houston, which is cool. And Kiss has always made it, known that they love playing in Houston too. And
and that's what I like to see, man, because I think over the past like 2 or 3 years, Houston's really done a really great job. And when I say Houston, I mean us as a music community.
Yeah, we're finally starting to get music more out there.
Yeah, it's great because it's when I was younger and really trying to branch out in music, no really none of these really cool bands were really coming here.
Yeah.
You know, mostly we were just getting like
They'd skip us and go to like Austin or something.
yeah, San Antonio, which are great cities, you know, in their own mind. You know, Austin is a wonderful city for music.
Very cultural too.
Yeah, you know, I love Austin. It's definitely a cool place to go out there and hang out for a week or something like that.
We definitely need to go South by Southwest one day. I've always wanted to go there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so it's a really good time out there, and a lot of really. The cool thing about Austin is that there's really a lot of talented musicians out there that are kind of, they're like at that point where they're ready to take that next step to go on tour or
they
whatever.
They go unnoticed because like they still need to, you know, get more, I guess,
Street
notoriety.
cred.
Yeah, street cred. And that's what sucks, because there's so many good bands that are out there, especially in Austin, that go to South by Southwest, and they get that chance, and when they do, it's like awesome. And I hope just to go one day, because I'm, you know, like I said, South by Southwest, it's a really good place to just finally discover all those new bands and stuff. I mean,
yeah,
indie bands and, you know, folk bands, all those kinds of bands. And Austin, I actually wouldn't mind moving to one day. Like I wouldn't mind living there, because it's a good place. It's like, it's a quiet city, like a quiet town, and it's just, but it's still at the same time it can, you know, make noise too. I mean, they have Austin City Limits in the fall, I believe, too.
yeah,
so
and that's a really, really cool show out there. They always have some good bands come out and show for that.
Like Eminem's gonna be there this year. He's never really done like shows in the South as much, but he's gonna be there too. That would be cool. But I mean, it's sold out. Like, it always gets sold out really fast. Like,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that's cool. You know, that they get all these big bands, and you know, one of the things when I saw Queens of the Stone Age was huge is that they had this one other band. I couldn't even remember their name. I really didn't care for them, but you know, it was whatever. But well, you know, one of the coolest things is, you know, after the show, I bought like the upgrade, so I was just like hanging out in their lounge, you know, just because the thing is, at their lounge every night they always have like these bands playing as well, and you know, I mean, it's a really small venue, a lot of small bands and stuff. They're local bands, and you know, I mean, I like to support the local musicians anytime I can. Anytime they've got something that, you know, a groove or whatever that I'm into, you know, I always want to give them a shot, because I can see myself in, you know, 2 years or so kind of being there as well. And so after the show, I'm hanging out in the lounge. I'm getting, you know, I'm going back to like a little parking garage or whatever, and I'm driving out.
There's Bumblebee right now.
Yeah, right. And they're gonna start shooting people.
He really looks like Bumblebee. All he needs to do is transform.
Right. I went and bought their vinyl record while I was out there, because I was like, man, it'd be really, really cool to get him to sign it. And so I bought it, you know, with the hopes of, you know, maybe meeting him or something. So I'm driving out, about to get on the freeway, and I see their bus, and I see like like 5 or 6 people standing outside. And so, you know, I get out there just to see what's going on, and I'm out there for like 5 minutes when the band comes out. Well, what was awesome was, because when I first left, there was like 30 to 40 people standing out there, and by the time they just kind of all like faded away, and there was like me and.
That's how it was for most of the people when I saw them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I felt like I was a rapist, because there was nothing but like little hipster girls there. Yeah. So I'm like, crap, I really don't, you know, I don't fit in with this crowd, but I'm gonna be here anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, I really wish I would have stayed.
Yeah, they were really friendly. They let you have your choice of either an autograph or a picture. And my friend, since she went with me, she got the autograph for me, and then I just got the picture with them. So I was like, really happy, and they were pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, man. And you know, when Queens of the Stone Age came out, you know, there's like a few of them. So, and I mean, people out there were out there, you know, just try to get stuff autographed, and you know, maybe sell it or whatever they were gonna do with it. You know, not really into my business, but whatever.
Yeah.
But what was cool for me was, I mean, I've been listening to these guys for a few years, and you know, when you meet them, you're just like, man, these guys are really cool. I mean, Queens of the Stone Age, man, I cannot talk about how friendly and personable and cool those guys were.
And what's
all
crazy,
of them were really, really cool.
And that's what I like, is once you meet somebody famous that you like, or just anybody that's really famous or famous at all, is you really notice that they're just ordinary people just like us, but it's at the same time they're creative.
I think it's your approach too. You know, if you kind of like approach them and like get in their business, they're kind of, I mean, it naturally,
you just think like yourself.
People.
Yeah,
you know, and I was just cool with them, you know, and I was like, hey man, you know, I really enjoy the show tonight. You guys played all my favorite songs, and you know, again, I was just talking to him, and I'm like, you know, I've been playing guitar for a few years now, and you know, I like playing all your stuff, and you guys are some musical inspirations to me, and you could tell that it really meant something to him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they probably hear it all the time, but
for
when
every
I
city
said
they
that,
go to, it's really cool because that's
and they were like, well, that's awesome, man, you know, and I was staying around. I mean, well, the coolest part about it for me, and I mean, I would almost call it almost a life-changing experience, was, you know, I met Josh, and Josh is a big dude, man. Josh is like 6', like lead singer. He's like 6'4", about 215.
Wow.
I mean, he's a pretty big dude, man.
Yeah, that sounds big.
And yeah, he's a cool guy, man. You know, I was talking to him, and Troy, the lead guitarist, I was talking to all those guys, man. And you know, after I kind of told them, you know, some backstory about me playing guitar and stuff, everybody else had left. They all signed my vinyl record, which is cool. And I mean, I just stood around after the show. Everybody had gone already.
Oh, wow.
And I was right next to their bus, so I mean, they could have just been like, you know, peace out or whatever.
Yeah.
But we talked for like 20 to 30 minutes. And
that's awesome too. That's like the best thing.
Yeah, man. Everybody else had gone, and I was just joking around with them, talking to them and stuff, and you know, definitely really, really cool. So, you know, big props to Queens of the Stone Age there, because
and shout out, I guess, too, right?
Yeah.
You can shout out.
Shout out to Queens of the Stone Age, man. You guys, I mean, they put on a great show, and it was definitely a really cool moment in music for me.
So do you have any other shows planned for the future that you plan on going to, like this year or next year?
I know Anberlin's coming to town sometime in October. It's going to be the last time Anberlin ever comes to Houston. They're on their final tour right now.
So it's Motley Crue, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
It would be cool to see them for one last time, but I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to go, which sucks. I want to go, but at least I got to see them, you know?
Yeah, and, you know, Anberlin's kind of the same way. You know, I've been listening to Anberlin for years and years. So I definitely want to try to make that show. Not a really big fan of like their last 2 or 3 records. It's too like electronic and poppy for me, but their first few records are pretty good.
And they have them BuzzFest is coming up, which they have like Chevelle and some other people going.
Yeah, you know, a band that I really used to be into a lot and really not into now, POD.
Yeah, they're cool.
I don't know. I guess in the next couple of minutes I can talk about my issues in music, but I want to be positive right now.
Yeah, we'll say that for another time. But yeah, I mean,
I'll start judging on the next coffee run, right?
Start judging, yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can talk about or how music's gone nowadays. But
yeah,
but I guess, you know, as far as future shows go, I mean, yeah, there's.
Yeah, you know, and I'm looking forward to that. I know the Foos are coming out. The Foo Fighters are coming out with a new record this year, so it's coming out November the 10th.
Oh,
so.
Nice.
Very, very excited for that. Probably the most excited I've been for a record since the Queens of the Stone Age last year.
Yeah, and I also want to say is that also working on a new album this year are the Red Hot Chili Peppers, which I cannot wait for because I love them. They're one of my my favorite band of all time is the Beatles, and of course that's like one of Dave Grohl's because I love that tribute. Did you see that tribute they did with they had for the Grammys or whatever? After and he performed some songs for them, like the Beatles songs. That was awesome. But yeah. But Red Hot Chili Peppers are right after the Beatles for me. Like, it's them and then Aerosmith or Depeche Mode. But like, yeah, I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they're working on new music. Flea didn't say it was I think Josh Klinghoffer, however you say his last name. He said they've been in the studio. They worked on like 30 songs already for the album, so they're gonna, you know, obviously cut it down. And Rick Rubin, who usually produces their albums, he's gonna try to. I don't know if they said they're going to try and get him in there, but they might. I mean, because he's been producing their albums ever since Mother's Milk, which came out like in 1989.
A while ago, yeah.
So he's been doing that for years for them. So hopefully he comes back and does it again. Because I mean, I love them. Like I missed them when they went on tour last time, which was a few years ago. But yeah, next time they're here, I will see them and I will be like at the front because I can't wait. And for the shows this year, I'm going to. Let's see. Well, I went to Foster the People like in April. That was in April, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, since we're talking about it, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I know I said I was gonna judge later, but too late. I was actually at the Foster the People concert. I definitely, you know, I don't want to get anything confused and whatever. Mark Foster is definitely a music genius. Definitely an awesome guitar player. Anything. I mean. The guy obviously has talent and a great amount of it, However, I was actually disappointed when I left the Foster the People concert. I was, and I think we talked about it that night.
Yeah, but
I was pretty bummed out, and maybe it was because I was overhyped about it. I don't know, but I was definitely not a huge. I don't want to say not a huge fan of them. I was definitely not impressed with any of their new stuff at all. But at the same time, when you come out with an album like Torches,
you can't really follow it up and have it.
You can't.
And that's what sucks, because that's what I worry about when I start making music a lot more, because it's, if you're gonna make a first album, and it's gonna be a hit, everybody's gonna like it. And like with Torches, that almost every song on that album was great. I mean, Pumped Up Kicks was my least favorite actually of that album.
Yeah, me too.
And
me too.
Because everybody knew that song, Pumped Up Kicks, but they didn't know Houdini. They didn't know
Crawling on the Walls is pretty cool. Or Don't Stop.
That one. But there was another one, like Helena Beat or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was some other ones that I liked
Great
too.
songs on
like
there.
Waste. I mean, there were songs that I didn't like on that album. Yeah, I love that one. That's the one.
Yeah.
There were songs on that one that that just grew on me, and like the second album, I liked it. At first, I didn't. It took a while to finally grow on me, but after listening to songs, because what I do with albums that I get is I always listen to every song at least 2 or 3 times. Because if you don't, that's what people need to start doing. Because I'm getting tired of everybody in music just only listening to a song once and only listening to 30 seconds. Because in this day and age with iTunes, people are they're not gonna buy the album anymore. They're gonna buy that one single, and they're gonna be like, oh, okay, well that's the only song I want. But then I really wish people would actually listen to the entire album, and listen to it more than once. Don't just listen to it once and then say, oh, it's bad. But because you find songs that you didn't know you liked before, because you hear the sounds better after you hear the song more than once. And that's kind of what I did with I even did it with Daft Punk's new album, Random Access Memories, that came out last year. I hated it at first because it didn't sound like Discovery, which was their best album. But it grew on me, and every song was a different it was a different take on what they had in mind, like to portray, and they did a great job. So, and with Foster the People, pretty much, I'll still say it now, for their second album, Supermodel, the first half was good. Like, the first half was pretty good, and then the second half was kind of just a little bit more bland and boring. But like, but they're